pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. That's a key word.
All right, see a lot of new faces here tonight, so welcome. We have 5 items on our agenda tonight, and just to let you know, these meetings are televised live. So when you approach the podium, please let us know who you are and the business you represent, and please talk loudly into the mic. And if you guys need a handheld, we have one up here also for you. So just a little bit of business for the board before we get started. If you had a chance to look over the minutes from last meeting.
Yes.
Make a motion for approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the Design Review Board meeting of January 14th, 2026.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, terrific, thank you. All right, so let's get started with the agenda. Our first application tonight is DRB 2025-69, the application of the Anthony Wayne movie at 111 West Lancaster Avenue for some renovations. So I think we're all pretty excited to see the movies come back, and yeah, welcome. Great,
Okay.
thank you. Okay.
That's a heavy pizza.
You can lay your
Sorry, there is a pallet of bricks.
you can lay your plans out right there. So
I thought it was a pizza.
It's a heavy pizza. It's a brick pizza.
It is dinner time, so thank you, board members. My name is Andy Cho with Hastings Architecture on behalf of the Anthony Wayne Theater Organization. Pleased to be making your acquaintance today. We will be reviewing our request for facade modifications. So I'll get right to it. I think everyone is probably familiar with the project. It has been a cultural landmark for quite some time, since the early 1900s. It has colored our approach to really take a light touch to preserve as much as we can and alter as few as possible. And then to match existing conditions wherever we can, should we need to make an intervention. I would like to stress that this is only covering the exterior facade modifications, so we'll be discussing interiors at a later date as needed.
And signs. And lighting.
yeah.
So to start, providing just some simple colored renderings of the elevation. We'll be discussing and reviewing the proposals further on in the deck, but just to establish sort of baseline. So that was the frontage right off of Lancaster, and then wrapping around the building, this is the alley elevation next to the restaurant store frontage. And then finally, the back alley as it currently exists today. Some photos of the existing condition. As you can see, it has undergone several renovations and several adaptations. So to establish sort of a line in the sand, the exterior was carefully documented. The areas in question or for proposal are highlighted in the red box, which we will kind of cover in further detail. Again, establishing the existing brick condition, the concrete knee wall, as well as some of the more modern additions with the stair and the brick, the concrete stair pan, as well as the doors, the painting, exposed conduit, as well as the security measures. And then the back alley, existing conditions again with the stair, as well as some egress doors and some service door locations. You can also see that the language that has been established by other renovations, such as the addition of masonry unit columns and cast stone headers, where penetrations into the existing structure were required. This is all sort of the language that exists today. So for the purposes of our recent endeavor, we would like to request the replacement of the original, or I guess the existing storefront entry system with thermally broken glass, matching the finishes as closely as possible as to what is existing. We would maintain the overall quantity of doors, so 3 pairs of doors, as well as the transom and then the treatment of the glass.
Okay, so before we move forward, what's your feelings on that? Any Comments for Andy or questions?
Did we see this already, or part of it? We saw the back and the side, right?
I think they were supposed to come in, I think.
Oh, they were
there's a
supposed to come in, but
continuation.
that's why I've seen
Yeah.
all the pictures.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I think it was in November, and there's
Okay.
the
Yeah,
continuation.
I thought I seen
Yeah.
this before.
Okay, so are we good on the
Yes.
doors? Greg?
Yes.
Tim, you guys
Oh, they're going to be, so they'll be silver, not black.
Correct. If there is a desire to further coordinate on the colors, then we can certainly discuss, but we thought it was best just to match what was currently existing.
Are you trying also to match the adjacent stores
Mm-hmm.
on each side?
We would not be matching those at this
Okay,
moment.
just what's there currently?
Correct.
Okay,
Is this Griffin right here?
So yes, here's the sort of demarcation of what we would be proposing to replace, just this.
okay. Good.
Great.
All right, Andy.
The next. The next request would be to lower the existing door approximately 3 foot 6 inches to meet the regrading of the interior for egress purposes. So right now it's about 4 foot 6 above the alleyway. The stair is in disrepair, so we would replace that with a similar aesthetic stair, painted black to match what's currently there. And we would like to repurpose the door if possible, and should we need to replace the door improper, we would coordinate with the design review as needed.
Okay.
So you can see here, the little hatch. We would infill the brick with that brick sample, the Belden, which is a fairly
It's red.
representation of what's the existing condition.
It's on the alley anyway.
Right.
It's in an alley.
Okay. All right, we good with that?
Yep.
No? We're all good? Okay. All right.
And then the last facade set of requests would be in a similar fashion to remove the existing door that is elevated. So apologies, this door as well, in this mid landing, and to infill it with brick as well. Those doors are no longer serviced or usable with the updated design intent of the interiors. Instead of just keeping them as potential vulnerabilities, we would fill them in. As well as removing the existing stair, which is in disrepair, and again, no longer needed for the updated design intent.
Okay. You guys good with that?
Yes.
Questions?
Just curious, when you take out that stairwell and where it's attached to the wall, do you fill that in with some of the brick or just mortar? Because there's going to be some holes, when you remove it, right?
I think we would do patch repair as needed.
Patch repair as needed, okay.
You know, it's kind of hard to know exactly, but yeah.
Just curious.
And we would match again to existing, so.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, I'm sure we're going to be seeing more of you in the next few months.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is just a start.
Yes, so this is just to establish what we've sort of identified as the key facade interventions that have to do with the program and with egress requirements and things like that. So
Okay.
this is the first foray,
Okay, great. All right.
and that's it.
Somebody like to make a motion for approval?
Do you want to start with Tim and come this way?
In the matter of DRB 2025-69, I move to approve the application for a facade renovation.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Greg? Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Andy, thank you very much.
Great, thank you
Can
for your
I
time.
also, thank you for being so prepared. You
Yes.
were extremely prepared, and it makes everybody's life a lot quicker, easier, and faster for both you and us. I just wanted to thank you for the time that you put in to prepare.
Of course.
It's well noted.
My pleasure.
Questions? Justin? You're good? Okay, great, thank you. Thank you.
You didn't share that pizza.
I know, that's like, no.
All right, next is DRB 2026-02, the application of 910 Conestoga Road for a new facade. Luciano, you'd be better using this?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Good evening. My name is Lucio Di Felice. Just for clarification, this is for 901 Lancaster Avenue, Conestoga Road?
901.
Yeah, 901.
That's correct, that's what it's listed as on the application itself.
All right.
This is a building that's been vacant for several years. We are seeking approval for a new facade approval. No signage, no lighting at the moment. So there are 3 units in this building. There is an apartment up top on the 2nd floor, which we will not be touching. And then there's 2 commercial ground units, one to the left and one to the right. There's an entrance currently right now to the bottom front space, and then there's a second one in the rear there. We will be removing one of the door entrances. So we are proposing some new awnings on the new facade, replacing the concrete stucco facade with all red brick, 1 new window, a new door entrance to each unit, including a new garage door. This is to the far left here. And there's 1 bollard we're proposing as well. And the whole entire facade, besides these 3 entrances, will be all red brick. Similar to match, neighboring buildings. We do not know the exact concepts that will be going in them right now, but we're collaborating with a couple different businesses right now, and we're trying to seek something that's going to enhance the walking community, maybe barber shops, coffee shops. But it's hard to do when it's looking like this.
Right.
So we're starting out with just a new facade right now.
So you're not touching the residential portion up top, that's not being changed at all?
Correct.
Okay.
Other than the entranceway, we'll be redoing the deck on the
And new windows.
and new windows, and only on the ground floor, but not the apartment.
They look different.
Yeah,
The rendering shows some changes to the upper level. but
I
that's
know.
not what's happening, is
I
that the case?
noticed that. Can we seek approval just on the commercial floor for right now, and ignore the?
Should be able to do that.
Sure.
Continuation if
Yeah.
need be.
Okay. Let's just ignore the residential space and just, if we can, there's the commercial space.
So, Luciano, are you looking to put 2 tenants in there, or 1, or? it's
It would be
still up in the
2.
air?
It's
It'll be
very
2.
hard. It's very difficult to connect the 2 spaces.
Okay.
We tried, talked to a couple architects in connecting one, but it's just not conducive. So right now we're just going to probably do 2.
I'm trying to think what was in there before. Wasn't there a frame shop at one time, or maybe a locksmith, or?
Yeah, there was probably like a locksmith here, maybe 7, 8 years ago, and then a frame shop here
Yeah.
15, 20 years ago.
So the so-called garage door along Conestoga Road, that kind of mimics what you did across the street, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel it's more inviting. So when it's on nice days to have. So
When I
obviously,
first saw it, I thought maybe you were doing something, kind of continuation of your restaurant.
no, yeah, it'd be completely unique in itself. So
Okay.
totally different concept.
So we have no cuts or anything of the awnings. I guess we would like to see those come back, correct?
What, you mean no colors?
Well, colors and maybe sizes and stuff.
Are the awnings you're proposing here, are they metal, or are you gonna go with
Um,
fabric? Which
They're aluminum metal. It'd be matching, similar to what's across the street.
Any
same
graphics?
color, and
Same exact color.
Any signage, you think, on the awnings, or is that to be determined?
Signage and lighting will circle back to that.
Okay. Are we okay on the awnings, you think, to approve it as is, or you want to see more detail for it?
I'm fine with
I
it.
think it's pretty cut and dry.
Can we make a note since we know it's at the restaurant, why don't we make a note that it's similar material, similar color?
Yeah, the brand
We need a
structure.
reference point, because we're guessing from the pictures.
We'll still ask you to submit something
Submit things,
with your
yeah. You gotta submit
application for
something,
permit,
application, yeah.
Sure.
as far as colors and maybe size and stuff like that. We just need more detail,
Yeah.
okay?
Got it.
On the application, and, I guess even, on the windows too, if you can detail the colors and stuff like that, so, and, when you go for your permit.
Yeah, so these will be all black, similar to what's across the street.
Yeah.
The awnings also, I want to color black. The technical color, I'm not sure of, but
Okay, we'll do something for the files, and, yeah. And then, things like lighting and signage, that's all gonna have to come back, so.
Yep.
And, upstairs renovations, we'll ask.
Are you doing anything upstairs, or are you just leaving that for later?
I think you're right.
we're leaving as is. Apparently, it was
Yeah.
already it's already remodeled. It's we're leaving as is. Yeah,
So,
it's
to look like the top picture.
yeah. I don't know why they.
That's when you're doing the renderings, things happen, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just want to confirm, be accurate what's being
Yeah,
sold here.
if we can ignore this, the second floor, and we can just
Yeah.
focus on the ground floor.
Do we need the height for the awning over the window?
So that would be my only objection code-wise. That is going to be something that comes into play, so we do need to know how high that is above finished grade or finished floor.
Got it.
What other questions for Luciano?
No, but it's conditional approval based on, there's still some unknowns here, so.
We could do that. Or we could ask him to come back if you're a little uneasy about the
What's your
awnings and
timeline?
stuff like that.
I'm not uneasy.
I'm not easy with the colors.
The next couple of months, submit a permit.
He's got to come back for the second floor anyway.
Well, I don't know that he's coming back for the second floor, I was just asking
Yeah,
him
we're trying
about
to
that.
figure out.
I don't think
the
he's actually
easiest way
touching
for
the
you.
second floor
Yeah.
at all.
We need more details. We're trying to figure out the best.
All right,
We kind of know what you did, so we're comfortable with it, but we don't.
yeah,
have
I get it.
documentation.
Just so I understand, it, more details on the colors or the,
To submit the colors, you have to, well, we could approve it saying, the colors for the brick, the windows, the railings, I guess the siding and
The
the,
awning.
yeah,
Right.
on the awnings, will be submitted with the application.
And the height from grade on the
Height from
awnings.
grade,
Yeah. So there's a lot there. Like I said, do we want Luciano to come back, or?
Yeah, you got the railing, there's a bollard in there too. I'm fine with the design, and as long as it's fine with the, you guys,
Is-
as long as it's submitted with the application, I guess you need to just know what it is on the actual permit app.
or could we seek approval contingent it matches exactly what's across the street? No.
I think it's still
No,
to
I
submit
don't
the
think we
colors.
can.
All
I
right.
don't think we can't do
Justin, what do you think?
So, again, just to state, code-wise, we have no way to verify, unless you tell us, the height from grade. Now, you can include that in your packet. When you do submit for a permit, just know that it's going to receive a review that could make it rejected. Whereas if you already had it approved with this board, then the odds of rejection are very low, because that would have been considered here with pre-review, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Understood, yeah. Is it, I didn't search the height code, but I would imagine it's under 10 feet?
I forgot my book, it's at home. I need it. It's, yeah.
It is. It is. If that's going to be 10 foot, then you'll be great. You'll
Okay.
be fine.
All
But we need it
Yeah.
in writing. It's-
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't imagine that the awnings around the building are gonna be close to that. I think the question is the one over the window. That
Right.
seems, in my opinion,
Yeah.
it seems like that's the one that you just need to confirm for that issue.
And I would agree with you. However, until we get
Yeah,
dimension, as a code guy, I'm stuck with what you show me. I would love to assume, but that I don't have that right.
Are we, is this the one that's in question?
The one over the window, the side window.
This one?
No,
the
side
window
window.
in between there, where you're placing the
That
door.
one.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
And you would have to address the one in the front too, even though it may be 11 feet, 12 feet
Sure,
in the air.
sure.
It still would need to be called out so that we're confident that any pedestrians, anyone won't have any issues.
Understood.
So
maybe,
So
do you want to
What do you want to do
summarize?
here? Do you
Bob,
want to come
Um,
back and give us more detail? I think that would help everybody if you came back and gave us the detail of the color, the materials for the awnings, for the windows, for the railing, for the bollard, and the door. I think that,
Yeah, whatever we have to
give
do.
us that with the heights, and I think we'll have you squared away.
then the
If you're
heights.
not ready to do this, if you're not, opening this up tomorrow, then you got a month.
Yeah, there's no urgency, so if we circle back, it's not
Your
urgency.
your chances of success are much higher if it's complete and then we approve it. Otherwise,
Understood. it
it can go into that's what Justin's trying to tell you.
Totally get it.
Avoid
Our
a technical
suggestion-
Totally
issue.
understand, yeah.
So the suggestion is,
It looks good. It looks great. Like
get on the
it's gonna-
schedule tomorrow. We all like what you're doing. We actually all know what you're doing, so that's good. But you're gonna have to document it with the colors that we outlined here, all the different pieces, and all those heights. And when you come back, it'll take you 5 minutes, you'll be through, you got approved, goes through the application process, sees our approval, and away you go.
And
Just
you'll
easier.
be first on the list because you'll be old
You'll be
business.
first on the list, so I would submit it tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, good. All right, we'll do it that way. So we'll make a motion
For continuing?
for continuation.
I make a motion that DRB 2026-2, 901 Conestoga Road, Bryn Mawr, for continuation. The applicant will resubmit with colors, awning height, and
Materials.
materials.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. There a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and Luciano, just to let you know, the next meeting's March 11th. Your plans have to be in the township building by February 18th.
Copy.
All right? Yep. Great, thanks.
Too close.
And my cat's Luciano.
You got an Italian cat?
That's that, yeah.
Okay. All right, next on the agenda tonight is DRB 2026-03, the application at Wayne Station Apartments at 150 to 168 East Lancaster Avenue for wall signage and a window graphic. How are you?
Timothy Olson, sorry, Timothy Olson on behalf of Foreman Sign Company.
Okay, actually, you have the handheld mic right there, you might as well use that, yeah.
Timothy Olson on behalf of Foreman Sign Company. I also have Kim DeTrulio from Berger Development, should you have any questions
Okay,
regarding
super.
the building itself.
Great.
But we're proposing 3 signs. The first sign would be 9-inch channel letters that'll sit on top of the canopy that comes off the building. They'll be illuminated with LEDs. Pretty much no frills, just regular channel letters. They don't blink, flash. They'll just, any questions regarding that one?
It's within.
The one thing we do need is the height from grade. It can't exceed 15 feet
Well,
from grade.
the canopy is approved on the building, so they're going to be on top of the canopy.
Yeah, but the signage still has to be 15 feet or below.
Okay.
So, yeah, we need that number.
You need that number on the application when you submit it.
Any idea how high the canopy is? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Come on up.
Is the canopy not installed as of yet?
So the canopy was approved when we were originally in front of you guys, I think about 2 years ago at this point. Sorry, my name is Kim DeTrolio, just for the record. We will comply with the zoning requirements, and we'll make sure that that height is specifically marked in our application. But as long as, we'll comply, it's the response.
So it has to be under 15 feet, top of the letter.
All right, great. So we're good with the materials. I think the 9-inch letters are appropriate for that. Yeah, we don't need much larger than that. I calculated out, you didn't have your square footage, but it's a little over 15 square feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we really should have, and I think we know from being on the board for a while, there's a formula for
Right.
linear,
Yes.
footage.
Yeah, the hard part with it, it's the length of the copy, so, I mean, 9-inch, I think, like personally doing this is, this is the letter on top of the canopy, so, to me, that's small, but it,
Yeah.
yeah, so,
Okay. But just if you can give us the linear frontage
okay,
when you submit for permits.
absolutely,
It's in addition to the height from grade. So-
okay.
So what do you like this application for signage over the canopy? I think it's pretty subtle.
Pretty subtle.
Yeah,
Channel.
and it's residential
It's
slash.
got-
Small.
But it does, is it in the right, does it fit the calculation?
Well, I think
Square foot
it's
for
such
each
a
foot,
wide
first
expanse on Route 30.
Yeah, that building is so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, okay,
That I think
we're
it's
good.
fine.
So we know it's, you know, we know
Yeah,
it's
I
over
guess
15
the only
feet.
question, the only thing I would note with this one is if they're gonna be the commercial locations coming in after the fact. that
Right.
This is the first of the signs that are coming into there, so we wanna consider how it's gonna look with condition, like, with all the other signage that's
Sure.
anticipated for the commercial space.
Mhm.
Yep, and as the developer, we actually considered that as well. We are working with our tenants to coordinate the signage for a cohesive look across the property, as well as full compliance with zoning.
Okay, super. Okay.
I know when you first came in, you were talking about some of the spaces being flexible, so how many tenants have you come up with at this point?
Yeah, our current plans right now are for 3 tenants to occupy the 10,000 square feet of retail we have.
All right, good. All right, so we're good with that sign? Tim, you're good?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
On- on-
if we're talking frontage-wise, then they're gonna have to all share the same frontage for their signs.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
How's that gonna, how would that work, do you think?
And,
Well, it's up to them. to-
excuse me, Board, just to
Yes.
interrupt, Tim's point is exactly why we may need that frontage dimension,
Right.
Oh, yeah,
right,
so
yeah,
that we
need it.
know how much we've whittled down
Mhm.
over time, if that makes
As each
sense.
tenant gets approved, yeah.
And we don't have that dimension presented to us at the moment.
Sure.
That's the difficult portion.
Okay,
so with the caveat that by putting this sign, you might be effectively reducing what signage your tenants may have. Otherwise, I think it looks nice for the apartment building. I think it's a great sign for just the subtle approach to the apartment side.
Yes.
Fully understood.
I guess it's safe to say that the windows underneath the sign, that's going to be the lobby as such? That's not a retail or restaurant space?
Correct. That is our residential entrance to the 24 apartment buildings above, and it's the lobby. You'll see very nice furniture in there when you're walking by the street.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, should we move on from that one then? Everybody's all right with that? Greg, go ahead.
We're not, this is not contingent on anything, but we're just approving the signage for this
What if-
only sign?
For this sign, but there's a sign
And
on the
then
side for
they've
the
got a
garage.
Yeah,
The
there's-
applicant understands that
Yes.
he's whittling down and what's gonna be left.
Right.
And what about the square sign? Did we talk about?
Right,
We're-
so
we're gonna go to that
So can I-
next,
Just one
Is
more,
that a separate application?
just
No,
one
no.
more
Yeah,
point
take it.
onto the channel sign still. Just because I'm trying to picture the building out once it's fully occupied. You got 3 tenants. Are these, I mean, I don't know if it's public or not, but like, are we talking about, commercial institutions? We talking about restaurants? We talking about, because each one would have different types of signs, or are they gonna all look kind of similar to this? Do you have a sense of that yet?
We do not have specific signage drawings from each of the tenants yet. Their designs are still in progress. Our intent is that they would meet a similar intent to present a cohesive building, but they will not be exact copies. They'll be representing their own brands.
Right, all right. Are we coming in with some, we ran into this by comparison when we had the Chick-fil-A come in, right? Chick-fil-A has a very iconic, this is what they do on theirs. And putting that in with the rest of them, and just the C with the chicken head, trying to get that into the right height was something that ended up being,
Really hard.
complicated, just to fit the code. So I'm just trying to make sure, get a sense of how the building is ultimately gonna look.
Yeah. Very fair question. We're in development with our tenants. We gave them signage guidelines. And as they continue with their designs, I'm sure they will also be in front of you for review then.
Okay, good.
I would hope that they would go with the same style of letters and possibly the same color.
We'll certainly pass that recommendation on to them, and hopefully when you guys see them,
They're planning to do illuminated signs, which they may not be.
I don't have that information offhand right now.
See, the reason I'm asking is because this is the apartment side, right? So all the other ones, to distinguish them out, I think actually having some type of differentiation in the style is almost better for the apartments.
Yeah.
That's like, so if you have a national brand coming in and you know that, and it'd be there, but, that's kind of, I'm trying to think ahead on this one rather than reacting after the fact.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our goal is to create we put a lot of effort, as you guys know, into the facade design of this building. We're really paying close attention to creating a nice streetscape and contributing nicely to the Lancaster Ave area. Our intent is not to put an obnoxious sign on the building. But that said, our tenants also have the right to represent their business in a way that makes them viable as well.
Their brand.
Yes.
Would it would it make sense until you're further along with your tenants and signage to submit this? Because you're going to be limited. Once we approve this and you put that sign up, you've now only have a box of X left.
We fully,
Okay.
yep, sorry, I didn't.
No,
Oh.
I just wanted to make sure you understood that, that's all.
Yes, no, I appreciate that. We fully understand that this, we're the owner of the property, we're also the management company of the apartments. Very frankly, our priority is apartments, and we want to make sure the apartments have the signage they need to operate and be represented efficiently. It's important for us to get our signage up in the next few months as we're targeting opening the building. Our retail tenants' timeline is much further behind that. So we just aren't in position to time everything up as much as we would like to.
You're in the leasing business.
Yes.
And this ties into the next section, right? The font for, and I can't really tell by just comparing them here, and I'm looking for it, but I haven't seen. The font for the channel lettering and the font on the wall sign, are they the same?
Yes.
Okay. Because I think it is nice to have that type of uniformity, because this, honestly, this sign's gonna be the one that stays, whereas the other ones might change out as the tenants come and go. So I think getting this one right is the starting point for that, so thank you for your patience.
Okay. All right, so,
From the point of order, are we approving each one of these individually
Yeah.
or all three?
well, we'll look at the whole package and then we'll make the approval.
Then we'll make a, okay.
Okay.
So our next sign would be next to the main entrance door where it says apartments at Wayne Station. It's just going to be a 2-inch deep pan sign, non-illuminated with vinyl lettering. No frills.
So 24 inches by 30 inches.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a little messed up. Yeah, your details and your proposal here, they don't seem to jive.
Details as far as,
On the front page on our application,
We got 2 illuminated signs on our application.
yeah. And even on
I
that,
mean, on our,
I have non-illuminated.
yeah, on their description.
Oh,
Yeah,
Under the
looking at that,
Sorry.
looking at what's.
Illuminated,
in
double-sided,
the
under
packet.
canopy sign, right?
Under canopy.
You're looking at the actual application form?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah, I don't,
yeah.
Would you like to see it?
I don't,
Yeah, we'll be sure that's corrected. Just to clarify, our intent is the one canopy illuminated sign, the wall sign that is not self-illuminated. There is a building light fixture above that will provide adequate illumination. And then also for a non-illuminated sign on the back.
Okay, yeah, if you can just clean that up when you present.
Absolutely,
For a
yep.
permit, because it does say internally illuminated, it also says non-illuminated on that piece of paper right there.
Yeah.
So it says both, so.
Apologies for that.
No
Thank you for
problem.
your patience.
Okay, so non-illuminated with a vinyl application.
That's correct.
Okay, all right. You guys go with that?
Yeah, as long as this other one struck out, I guess.
Just keep in mind,
I-
the fasteners have to be a blind fastener. You can't see big bolts going through them.
so countersunk. like
Countersunk
flat,
or hidden.
flush.
Yeah,
Yeah, prototypically, I will have them on the top and bottom, not on the sides. I mean, it's a little, yeah, you won't see them. That's
Okay.
not a problem at all.
okay,
You won't see the fasteners, is that correct?
Correct.
okay.
And they'll be countersunk if you know what that means. Like we have that, the screws are flush with and painted, so you won't see them. They won't have a head on them.
Right. Okay, are we good with that sign then?
Yes, we're
And I
just gonna
apologize
strike
for our
this one
drawings
off.
being wrong.
Yeah,
I
that
wish I
comes
could
in
say
at,
that doesn't happen all the time.
That comes in at 5 square feet, so,
That's one I,
so you're up to
that's
a
like
hair
we have
over
to-
20 square feet so far.
No, that one is
15 and
non-existent, I
5.
think.
Double-sided, double-sided under canopy sign,
That's the one she says they're not putting up.
Correct. That's omitted.
okay? And then you have the non-illuminated wall sign on rear elevation.
Yeah, it's
Correct,
the-
that's this sign here. That's the resident parking sign here.
Okay,
So you have
I
to
just crossed
add-
off, we have to then add the apartments at Wayne Station to the approval here, to the
Yeah.
motion.
What are you calling that sign? Non-illuminated wall sign front?
Yeah, entry wall sign,
Entry?
yes.
Front entry wall sign.
All right, so let's take a look at that resident parking sign then. Same thing, non-illuminated.
Yes, correct.
Vinyl application will kind
Yes.
of mimic what's,
This drawing shows that it has flat cutout letters on it, but we've been discussing just going with the vinyl, so aesthetically, you wouldn't tell the difference, and it's on the back of the building, just saying park here.
okay.
It's on the side, actually. but-
Or, I'm sorry, I don't know the,
But also the arrow is going the wrong way. Look at that now.
Yeah, so this elevation is actually a little deceiving. The wall that it's on is about 20 feet pushed in. It's on the alley. So if
You
you're,
know the alley.
you know the alley well, yeah. So you'll be going down there to turn into our building. So this sign is pushed back on that elevation. We just want to make sure our residents know there's parking and there's not public parking.
Okay. All right, so that one's coming in at 12 square feet. Okay. All right. And again, no lighting or anything, or you may have a little light over top, you think? Okay, all right.
Do you anticipate signage on this elevation for the commercial signage? I thought we talked about it briefly when we were looking at the design.
Yeah, that has not been fully determined yet. That would be up to the tenant that's occupying that space.
Okay.
And I believe that would be two different frontage calculations, correct? One for the Lancaster Ave
Yes.
and one for Luella.
Because you're on two different streets.
Yep, we'll make sure that's clear in our application.
And
Okay, what else you have for us?
and our last item would be a removable window cling, just a now leasing sign to let the tenants know that they're open and renting.
Does that math just for that window section that belongs to the apartment, or does that math, it doesn't, you can't calculate the whole frontage for that, right? Because that would be the other independent tenants.
This is where we're getting
I
into
know that, I
complex
agree.
questions
This is-
here
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Now we're
There's a
talking back to
calculation-
that
there's a-
original question.
There's a
of the frontage.
there's a calculation that's allowed here. So what we're saying is, what are we using for the calculation? And again, if you use the whole calculation, you're then taking up some space, or you're limiting the amount that your tenants would have for a similar or any other kind of window signs.
well, do we have the calculation here of how big it is?
We don't.
No, but
So-
now we're talking, it goes back to the same question of the frontage and how the frontage gets applied for a multi-use building like this. So it looks like, I mean, I think without the measurements to be able to confirm that the apartment sign, I think we would need to have the frontage divided up by space almost. I think it's probably easier to do it that way. So whatever the frontage for this section here where you have the glass window coming in for the residential entrance would be the frontage that the amount of signage would be based upon? Or is it gonna be the whole building?
Yep.
Justin?
That's how I see it.
So we did have this statement before, and this was one that as a board, there was interest in getting clarity.
Yeah,
We currently read it as if it is the total frontage.
right.
And so that means all glass that is proposed on this entire building's frontage can now be used so as
For
to
that.
put in the 20%. Right. Not the individual pane that services just this
Oh, yeah.
area, but the whole thing all the way down the block.
Not
is-
just the pane, what was, the calculation was the section.
Yes, even this unit, like if you
The
took
section
all,
that they're calling the lobby. We'll
that
call it
whole
the-
section, it's irrelevant. We now have to take every section. The way the code reads, it reads a total of all the, yes, which means they could block that whole thing out if they have the math to work.
The map, right. But then, when their tenants come in, we're like, there's no more space left.
This is very true. They could
But
use
they
it
could
all
take
for
the
themselves.
sign down when it's already.
And that would be understood. And our sign is specifically the size that it is to allow adequate signage remaining in that calculation for our tenants.
Understood.
So our intent would be to clarify on the application the exact square footage. You guys will have that, so when the future tenants come in, their signage should comply with the remaining square footage allowances. I would also just like a point of clarification, the window cling, this was also, I think, a discrepancy in the code to me, was if it's considered a temporary sign, whether that goes into our full frontage calculation. So our understanding, we just wanted to show this to be fully transparent. This is what we tend to put up before we lease all the apartments. But we do not believe it calculates to our overall signage allowance.
But you
So
will
I-
have to take it down then in what, 30 days?
30 days.
Yeah.
So if it qualifies as a temporary sign, it would be more banner-like.
Yeah.
Okay,
In this instance, it would have to be calculated as long as it remains
understood.
for every single one that comes in. Now, if it's removed later, and then we see a new presentation where it's gone, then it has no relevance towards the signage. So that's just to try to clear up that situation.
That's very helpful, thank you.
Thank you. But board, this is why we talked about
Right.
it before. So
Exactly.
just keep it in your pocket.
Kim, I think the one way you can kind of beat the system a little bit is hang something inside, not directly on the glass, but inside, and kind of call a window display as such.
Okay, so if it,
Like a
what,
billboard, like
Yeah.
the cardboard cutouts and stuff.
if
like
that sign is not touching the window, it will be
Pretty
implied.
much.
Our intent is for it to be inside the building.
Yeah. And that way,
Applied to in your example, you're applying it against
Yes.
the glass, which is fine.
Okay,
And it could be there for a while, but then you can take it down when you get other tenants.
And so this also goes for the future tenants, because you'll be back.
yeah.
Now we're looking at it, and you're gonna need to have the signage for all of the tenants at any time that one tenant comes in to change. Any sign, we're gonna need to have the information on the signage for all of the building every time.
The total calculation, basically.
so I just want to fully understand. So we're gonna, this application will be submitted, it will have a square footage associated with it. When our first tenant is ready to come in front of you guys for their sign, you would like their drawings to show the signage that is currently approved and what is existing on site in their application, and subsequent
Inside.
thereafter.
It's gonna come to the last tenant at the end, how much space is left. That's how it works. That's
Okay.
math. That's just math.
Understood. We'll do our best to coordinate that.
Yeah. And then also on that concept of the blacking out of some of it, that's where I think I would argue that as a board, we have that little caveat of we do have discretion. And that's where we would have to apply discretion to address that type of issue if that were ever to come. It's not coming here, but I'm just throwing that out there. This is just the first sign on a new building, so we're trying to take our time with it.
Understood.
And the window cling, that's not included in the approval,
Well,
is it?
I mean, do you think you may just hang something in the interior of the
I
building?
I
then?
believe so. That's
Okay.
okay not to be included in the approvals.
Okay.
Let's not put that in there.
Yeah, I don't want to mess it up.
And the only other thing that we always have to ask, you have to put the address. The
The-
address for that,
For that specific unit,
yes, if there's separate addresses for the
they
other.
are, and I just don't want to repeat the wrong one off the top of my head.
They will have to have the address on the building, on the entrance, I guess. Usually it's put over the door, but I guess you could put it in the,
The address needs, yeah.
you could put it in the wall sign that's by the door if you wish to.
I would imagine we would put the numbers just above
That's
the
what
door
That's
itself.
usually what's done.
Yes.
All right. And what else? Oh, the sidewalk. What are your plans for the sidewalk in front of your building? Although this is only signs right now.
This is only signs. I'm only here to talk about signs.
Because we would really
There are
like
no
that.
signs planned for the sidewalk.
No, we are interested in having brick edges to the sidewalks on Lancaster
And
Avenue.
the board made that recommendation, I guess, a year and a half, 2 years ago, when you guys were in.
Mm-hmm.
So we strongly suggest that you do the brick inlay, to continue what's done throughout Wayne. So we would hope you would do that,
Noted.
okay? Yeah. I think you'll notice Ballard
we can-
Designs and go up East Lancaster Avenue. Most of those stores have the bricks sidewalks.
Okay.
Brick, you
In
know,
brick inlet along
brick
the
inlay
gutter.
sidewalk.
Understood.
Along the
Yeah.
curb, rather.
So it'd be nice to
Obviously, this
carry it-
is
carry
just
it
for
through.
signage, but
Yeah.
fully
I'd
understand the
remind you.
ask.
And
I-
you put a brick building up.
Yes.
So it would look good.
Appreciate that, yes.
All right. Any other comments, questions?
Board, can I just interrupt
Yes,
briefly?
Justin,
So while each tenant will be affected by the signage that you have, there is some signage that is required by code that will not be calculated in, such as the FDC connection sign for the fire department. Don't worry about putting that in to some type of code calculation. It'll be
Understood.
sitting there, it's a smaller, so that's not in there. That's required by code. It has to be there. It's already mandated the way it looks and colors and all of that. You'll be just fine. So just wanted to give you that heads up because you seem like you'll be pretty meticulous with it. So
We just
is
want,
what
we
it-
want to get this right, and we want to contribute to a great Lancaster Ave, so I appreciate that clarification.
Okay. What else, guys? That's it? You're good, Tim?
Yeah,
Okay. Who wants to take this? I guess, Tim, I think it's your turn, right?
sure.
Or no, maybe it's not. I'm sorry.
Great.
Sure.
It's Greg's?
You want me,
That's
you want Tim to
vital.
handle it? I'll handle the last one.
Go ahead.
Oh, you did? Oh,
We
I-
got one more. You're going to get the next one.
In the matter of DRB 2026-03, I make a motion, for applicant apartments at Wayne Station located at 150-68 East Lancaster Avenue, I make a motion to approve the following details in this proposal. Number one, install a single illuminated wall sign on the Maples canopy, channel design. Number two, install a non-illuminating flat front entry wall sign located on the front wall. Number three, install a non-illuminating wall sign on the rear elevation for reference for parking for residents. Did I miss anything?
I think you got it.
In the win-
Seconded.
In the window?
Oh.
What do you want to say about the
No,
window?
we're not,
The window's not part of the
we're not
application.
putting
Okay,
the window
we're
for
gonna take
application.
that
That
out.
was for transparency
Okay.
purposes.
And before we
Is that right?
second it, just, Kim, you're going to clean the plans up a little bit, right? And
Well,
resubmit stuff?
We'll make sure everything's
We need that
exactly
height from
clear.
grade, we need square footage, that one mistake on the one sheet, it says non-illuminated and illuminated both, so things like that. Why don't we clean them up when you come in for your permits to present to the township, okay?
Understood, thank you very much.
All right, do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
All right.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Building looks nice. It's really nice. It adds to the
Is
township.
Foreman
It adds to the-
going to take the signs for all the tenants as well, or do you have that
We did
specified?
pass along the information for the tenants, but it's at their discretion.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thanks, guys. All right, and the last application tonight is DRB 2026-04, the application of the Emerson Group at 420 East Lancaster Avenue for exterior renovations.
Are you Patrick?
Nope.
Okay.
My name is Paul Bloomfield from Bloomfield Architects, here on behalf of the Emerson Group. We're discussing 420 East Lancaster Avenue, which is in a residential zone, but it's being used as office currently and is going to continue to be used in that way. So the current building is a little bit in need of some updates, and my client intends to renovate the exterior and the interior in keeping with the work that they've done in their other existing facilities. I don't know if you're familiar with their project on the opposite side of the road.
We're very
So this
familiar
is
with.
literally based on that address. 409 is the source for the materials that we're going to be using on the exterior facade for 420.
Great. So Paul, why don't you just walk us through?
Sure. The current building, this is the view from Lancaster Avenue, had at one point a front porch that was enclosed. So one of the things that we intend to do is to put a front door on the building to make it regain that original entry character. The front facade will also have a stone foundation. There's piers right now holding up that original porch. We'll complete that foundation. We'll put stucco on the lower portion of the building, and then the upper levels will have a combination of fiber cement siding with a clapboard look and with a cedar shake look. And then new roof as well with an architectural shingle. This is the back of it. Currently, there's a deck and a railing and a stair and some exterior stairs. Our intent is to remove these. Some of the stairs will be removed and the deck will be simplified in a way that makes this a little less chaotic and give it some clarity. We'll be replacing the existing railing on the back deck, and we're relocating that stair. I've got elevations that explain some of the particulars. This is a basic rendering showing how the finishes will be allocated. This is the front side, Lancaster Avenue. So again, a stone veneer foundation, stucco at the first floor level, and then shingles and clapboard above that on the walls above. We'll keep the brick chimney and have a new roof with architectural shingles. This is the proposed rear facade, so that stairs being removed off the back of the deck and being turned sideways to more closely terminate at the side entrance to the building, and the other stairs that ran up the side of the building is being removed. So here's the note that says all the finishes, the exterior, are being executed in a way that will match the address at 409 East Lancaster Avenue. This is the side elevation. Left is the easterly side. Left as you're looking at the building from Lancaster. It's a nice old building, and it's been a little bit let go, so we're just going to be essentially bringing it back. We'll replace all the windows, except for a couple of them that are unique in character, that have some diagonal divided lights and so forth. We'll retain those, and then all the other windows will be replaced with similar windows that could have been, on a building such as this. So white windows and painted trims around each. This is the opposite elevation. There's a driveway in between this building and the other at 418. So we will be removing the side stairs on this elevation and adding a small balcony instead that will provide a little place for maybe hiding some of the air conditioning equipment, which may also go underneath the back deck. That back deck is shown on just post right now. That will be screened in a way that will provide some, visual discretion there. We're going to probably have an electrical generator under that location and maybe a place to put some trash cans, so that'll be screened. I don't have information about the site in general at this point, and we will return with further information about that. The owners have also acquired the adjacent property, which is the one between this building and the park. And so as that project is a little bit more understood, we will be restriping the paving and doing landscaping and lighting and so forth. So any of that sort of site work will be addressed in that subsequent application.
So you'll be back for lighting and landscaping then?
Yes, and any tree removals or anything like that is not being addressed here. This is only focusing on the improvements to the building itself.
Right, gotcha, okay. All right.
These next couple show just how the finishes are being allocated. I think it's self-explanatory. And then we do have an explanation that shows actually which finishes are being used. Again, two types of siding. This is a fiber cement siding, but a painted finish that will emulate clapboard or a cedar shingle. And then here are some of the specifics about the actual specifications and colors involved. And again, this is just taking the information that we used on our previous project. I do have elevations and plans that show in more detail if you're interested in going through those, but essentially the work is as we described.
I think based on what they've done across the street, which is, we certainly have a lot of confidence that the job will be done right. And,
we do get some good feedback about that one.
Yeah, no,
And then
We
you
got
just-
enough
and then
grief
you have the
about
building
that
you
when
just-
we
you-
applied.
And you folks just purchased the building next door too, right?
That's right. It's 418, which currently is a very bland painted gray brick box. And that'll be more challenging to try to bring that into the fold. But we are intending to give that a peaked roof and more shapes that will be in keeping with the other buildings around there. So that will require a little bit of zoning relief. And so getting, order of operations, we're going to be doing that zoning step first, and then we'll know better what we'll be doing with both buildings, parking, and so forth. So we'll be returning at that point once we understand the other project. Yeah, it's a nice opportunity. They've got there are several buildings now across the way from the park, and now they've got the building adjacent to the park on the opposite side, and it's going to be a nice impact to the whole street front.
Yeah, that's great.
Because this is still in a residential area, and you're thinking of putting a generator in there, I think don't they have to be 15 feet from a property line? I think those are the generators, not that many are. Under code, aren't they supposed to be 15 feet from a property line in a residential? Oh, 10? Oh, nice sounding thing, never mind.
Well, good news either way. The deck itself is about 20
I
feet
think
from
it
the
was
property
around
line.
there, right.
So
10 feet? Oh, lovely.
Justin, I'm sure you've looked this over. Any questions or comments?
I only had one, but it seems that the board's familiar. I don't know what the stone color is per se.
Right.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
that's the only one that I was unsure of. Everything
We're
else he
looking for a
provided.
name as such?
Even if it's a name, something to give you guys a color to base it off of.
Okay.
That I don't know.
Okay. Paul, would you happen to have that name?
no, it's gray.
Gray? That's a great name. That works.
Great. Well, just include
That was it.
in-
It's just
put
if the
in-
board is confident with
Yeah, yeah.
it, so be
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But that was the only
I'm
reason I
very
brought it up.
But just include that in the application so Justin is happy.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Questions, comments? Paul, anything else you want to present to the board tonight? I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of you, it sounds like.
No, I have nothing else for tonight, but I just want to point out that Emerson has been a pretty good resident for Radnor, and they
Oh,
did
yeah.
a great job with the landscaping and all of that, so they're happy to be here. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we look-
Remember when we asked him about the signs, and he said, not putting up signs?
Oh, really? I remember that.
I know.
Remember enough.
Okay, all right. Okay. Tim, you want to take this one?
I
or-
guess my only concern would be if they're using the same exact colors as across the street,
Mhm.
then are we just creating a section of uniform buildings? And does that diminish some of the character as you're coming in? I love the design, I think it's great, but if you change the colors slightly but have the same design, it ties in, and I understand that the cost-saving aspects of using the same materials, but
I don't think there is a cost savings in choosing a color, but we're leaving the character of each building to
right.
speak for itself, too. So this has been done at 405 as well, and it's a very different shaped building and ends up with a different look.
I was literally just going here to look back and see how because not every building had the same exact coloration applied to it. Some had, most of it's the same.
I think they're the same.
Yeah. So that's my concern.
Mhm. No, I see what you're saying.
And
That's
it
a great
creates
point.
because as it is across the street, it is just a line of just,
Right.
you took, 3-4 buildings there and made them into one giant building that has the same coloration.
So they had 5 buildings.
Yeah.
We took 3 buildings in a row and connected those by actually removing the middle building and building a new section between. So 3 buildings became one. And they have that one large building, and the other 2 to the west of there as well are part of theirs. So those have similar finishes, but a very different look. So
No, I'm with you, and I'm just afraid of it becoming too institutional. That is the color.
It's a great point, yeah.
But it is, the buildings are different in design, as opposed, they don't look, they're similar, but being that they're across the street, diagonal a little bit, I don't have a challenge with the color.
I had the same concern, and I can bring it to my client, but they're very happy with what they have so far at establishing the character.
It's beautiful, like, I agree, they did an amazing job across the street. It looks great and all, but like, if you do that there, and then you do the same thing, then you're coming into a tunnel of the same. It just happens to be beigeish, so you're coming into a tunnel of beige.
Which is beats black, I'll tell you that.
But it's only two buildings. It's not, there was 5 on both sides, I would understand, but to be, there's only 2.
Well, we're at 1 right now, and then it's gonna be
Right,
2. And
Well, there's a park.
Well, the building in front of ours is red and yellow,
Oh, I know.
so that's really more
I-
what you
I
see
thought-
at first. I
I
think.
thought you were coming in to redo that building.
Sorry, Jane.
Well, I guess Paul can always bring it up to the clients. and
That's
bring
my-
your-
that
bring
is-
your
that is my
concern, and
only
I think it's-
concern.
I think it's a good concern, yeah.
Yeah, I share their concern. I understand.
Well, I think that adding landscaping can also break it up, you know?
When we did that
Some
larger
part of it.
project, that middle section departed in large part. We took the inspiration of the roof lines, the gambrel shapes and so on, but we executed that with a aluminum framed storefront glazing. And so we introduced a new, more modern take on the context of what was there. And that's the kind of approach we will probably be taking with the adjacent building. This building doesn't need a whole lot of changes, and I think our preference would be to just restore it and bring it back to, you know, a quality building.
so the building that was also purchased is the one that, it used to be medical space, I guess, in between the two?
Yeah, it's the one that abuts the park.
Yeah, I know.
on the-
I remember when it was on the market a couple years back, looking to say, should I put my law firm there? So, all right, so you're saying, I don't know, it's just a concern that I have. The current building is gray, it's just straight up gray.
You're talking about 418.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about
No,
420.
I'm talking about 420, right? 420 is currently a bluish gray.
Yeah, grayish blue, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever the color is.
There it is.
I don't know, it's just, something about it doesn't sit right with me, and I just wanted to flag it. I'm concerned. I think you're right, when you keep the character of the building, that's great, because it breaks it up and you have the different character, but, I don't know, you make them all the same color, then, that's my only concern.
Well, maybe you could stay in the beige family, but make the color run on this building slightly a tone darker or a hue lighter.
We certainly could. I mean, when you enter Garrett Hill, and we've got red brick, that's the context in Garrett Hill, and it proceeds, you know, through that neighborhood. I don't know that one building along Lancaster Avenue is going to make that, you know, tip one way or another.
I'm with you, I'm just looking down the road, because
Yeah.
the decisions made now in buildings, you don't really see it until 20 years from now, when you see everybody looks the same like that. I mean, Garrett Hill, I've made a renovation to one of the houses in Garrett Hill, and then what we did, now that's what everybody's doing, and they're all starting to look the same now again. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's your choice. If that's the color you guys are going with, I'm fine with it.
I can certainly speak to my client and
I think that's-
raise your concern.
Yeah. All right, why don't you run it by him, Paul, and maybe we'll see you next month with the change.
All right,
How's
thank
that?
you.
I think it's a point well taken, and yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's going to look like east end of Emerson, Wayne or something, right? Yeah.
It's not that drastic yet, but if you do it with this building and then the next one, that's my only concern. Or even if the two there look like a different pattern, a different color from the ones across the street, but it's similar, then those two look similar and you have the same branding, I don't know. That's my concern.
Fair enough. Why don't you make a motion?
In the matter of DRB 2026-04, I move to continue this matter.
Want to do a continuation?
Is that what we're doing? Do you want to come back, or?
I intend to come back
Yeah.
for the other projects, but I hope to get moving forward with this one.
All right, then I'll go ahead and, in the matter of DRB 2026-04, I move to approve the application for the exterior renovation with the recommendation that the property owner consider possibly changing the coloration of the building to vary somewhat from the colors that are used at 409 East Lancaster Avenue, noting that the application itself has identified that the materials and colors will be the same as those already existing on the is it 3 parcels or 1 parcel? The combination has been, 5 parcels have been uniformed down to 1 across the street.
All right, do I hear a second?
Nope.
No second?
Not for me.
Okay,
All right. I
Jane?
can second it.
I'm sorry?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Me. All right, so we have
I'm not in
three and one, Lisa?
3-1.
Okay.
I dissent on the piece of the approval that was added about the color. I don't think it's appropriate for this. I think to voice the concern by the board is appropriate. I don't think it should be put into the application motion. The client has done one of the best-looking things we have in Wayne, and they have a brand. And, you know, I just disagree, and I don't like the fact that it was put into the approval, into the motion. So I dissent.
Okay. All right, got that?
Are you in favor of it? No.
I don't
I'm in
know,
approval
I'm kind
of the I just
yeah.
don't, I don't think that should be removed from the motion. That's all
Right,
I'm
I see
saying,
what you're
from
saying.
a part of a parliamentary procedure.
So you consent in part and,
I consent to
There you
I
go.
consent to the components of the motion that to approve what the applicant provided this evening, but I dissent on the additional comments that were added to the motion about the coloring.
sure. Yeah, no.
That's what we're here for.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and I think we have the vote 3-1?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, great. All right,
We have to
Paul,
start
so you're going to
raising-
talk to your client?
Thank you.
And
We have to start
maybe we'll see
raising
you
our
back next
hands.
month.
Jen, remember, she's like, raise
He's
your
free to
hands.
go and construct it as designed now, so like.
Yeah,
it's-
right.
Yeah.
I'll certainly talk to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
we
just,
appreciate that.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Paul. Okay. All right, guys, looks like that's going to do it for tonight. Next meeting's March 11th. All right, super.
That was a good, 2 nights ago.